98% of people are going to solve this wrong. Can you solve it? The question says, find the values of y given that y cubed all over 2 is equal to 4. Well, we notice that the left-hand side is a fraction written as y cubed all over 2. And then to make the right-hand side a fraction, we have to write 4 all over 1. Very good. And then what do? We cross multiply. So on cross multiplying, y cubed times 1 is y cubed. And this is equal to 2 times 4, that is 8. Very good. Now, some may take the cube root of both sides. So take the cube root of y cubed. So I'm going to be putting 3 here. That's cube root. Equal to the cube root of 8. The cube root cancels out the cube, leaving behind y to be equal to the cube root of 8 is 2. And this is their final answer. Well, if you solve this like this, well, you're correct, but you're going to be missing out on other answers. Well, if you don't go through this approach, some will say this is y cubed, which is y cubed, equal to, and this is 8, which can be written as 2 cubed. And when they compare, the powers are the same, so they can equate the bases. So y equal to 2. Still the same thing. One answer. Missing out on other 2 answers for y. Now let me show you the correct way to approach this question. And here is the correct way. The left-hand side is a fraction, which is y cubed all over 2. Now making the right-hand side a fraction, I write 4 all over 1. Now let's cross multiply. So y cubed times 1, that is y cubed, equal to 2 times 4, that is 8. Now I'm going to be moving this 8 to the left-hand side so that I have y cubed. As 8 crosses, it becomes negative 8. And this is equal to 0. We can continue further. This is y cubed minus 8 is the same as 2 cubed, right? Good. And this is equal to 0. Now notice what we have here. We have an expression in difference of 2 cubes. An expression in difference of 2 cubes has this identity. A cubed minus b cubed is equal to a minus b times a squared plus a times b plus b squared. We can decide to look this up and say, okay, our a is y and our b is 2. Now let's write this our original expression like this. So a minus b would then be y minus 2 times a squared, that will be y squared, plus a times b, that is y times 2, that is 2y, and then plus b squared, that is 2 squared is 4. Very good. And this is equal to 0. Now we have 2 cases here. We have y minus 2 to be equal to 0, or we have y squared plus 2y plus 4 to be equal to 0. Now for the first case, we're going to be moving negative 2 to the right-hand side so that we have y to be equal to, as negative 2 crosses to the right, it becomes positive 2. So this was the original value of y we got. But this is just the only real solution we have here. Now to get the other solutions, we're going to be solving the second case, which is a quadratic equation. Now looking at this quadratic equation, I have the coefficient of y to be even, which means I'm going to be applying the completing the square method to solve this question. Let's go. So solving using the completing the square, our first step will be for us to move this 4 to the right hand side so that we have y squared plus 2y remaining on the left to be equal to, as 4 crosses to the right, it becomes negative 4. Very good. Now the next step will be to take half of these 2 Half of 2 is 1. I'll square it, and this will give us 1 squared, that is 1. So I'm going to be adding this 1 to both sides of the equation. So we have y squared plus 2y. I'll add 1. This is equal to, I have negative 4 on the right. I'll also add 1. Very good. Now notice that the left-hand side is now a perfect square, which can be written as y plus 1 all squared. Good. And this is equal to negative 4 plus 1, that is negative 3. Now to get rid of this square, we take the square roots of both sides. So I'll take the square root of y plus 1 all squared to be equal to plus or minus the square root of negative 3. Now notice something, that this square root cancels out the square, leaving behind y plus 1 on the left hand side to be equal to plus or minus. Now I have a negative inside of a square root, which indicates that this is a complex number. So this will be I times the square root of 3. Very good. Now to get the value of y, I have to move 1 to the right hand side. So this becomes y equal to, as 1 crosses, it becomes negative 1 plus or minus I root 3. So we have two values of y from here, of which one of them is negative 1 plus I times root 3, and the other one is y equal to negative 1 negative I times root 3. Remember, we have one root solution, which is y equal to 2. So there's 3 values of y altogether. This is the first one. We can call this the second and call this the third. Well, feel free to share your ideas in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video and have learned something from this video, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss my upcoming videos. And like I always say, until next time, take care.